From the bustling streets of Caracas to the iconic monuments of Washington, D.C., a complex and often turbulent relationship has unfolded over the last century. This is the story of two nations, once close partners, now separated by a deep political and ideological chasm: the United States and Venezuela. It's a tale of oil, power, and the profound human consequences of diplomatic fallout, a narrative that continues to evolve with each passing day. For decades, the bond between these two countries seemed unbreakable, built on a foundation of shared economic interests and strategic cooperation. But as the political winds shifted, so too did the nature of their relationship, leading to a standoff that has reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Americas. The partnership began in the early 20th century, cemented by a common resource: oil. As Venezuela emerged as a major global oil producer, the United States became its most important customer. Archival footage from this era shows American engineers working alongside Venezuelan crews in the oil fields of Lake Maracaibo, and smiling leaders shaking hands, symbolizing a mutually beneficial alliance. For much of the 20th century, democratic Venezuelan governments maintained stable relations with Washington, serving as a reliable energy supplier and a key ally in a region often marked by instability. This period of cooperation saw extensive cultural and economic exchange, with American influence visible in Venezuelan society and Venezuelan oil fueling American industry. However, the turn of the millennium marked the beginning of a dramatic and hostile shift. The rise of Hugo Chavez and his Bolivarian revolution introduced a staunchly anti-American ideology to Venezuelan politics. His fiery rhetoric, captured in countless political rallies, accused the U.S. of imperialism and sought to build a coalition of leftist governments to counter American influence in Latin America. Washington, in turn, viewed Chavez's government with growing alarm, criticizing his authoritarian tendencies and nationalization of private industries. This escalating war of words soon translated into concrete action. The U.S. began imposing targeted sanctions against Venezuelan officials, which intensified dramatically under Chavez's successor, Nicolás Maduro, following contested elections and a severe crackdown on political dissent. The economic consequences of this diplomatic breakdown have been catastrophic, primarily for the Venezuelan people. A combination of sanctions, economic mismanagement, and collapsing oil prices plunged the once prosperous nation into a severe humanitarian crisis. On-screen graphics starkly illustrate the hyperinflation that rendered the currency nearly worthless and the precipitous decline in GDP. More poignantly, footage from Venezuelan cities and towns reveals the human toll. Long lines for basic necessities like food and medicine, crumbling infrastructure, and millions of citizens fleeing the country in search of a better life. The U.S. sanctions, intended to pressure the Maduro government, became a focal point of debate, with critics arguing they disproportionately harmed ordinary people, while supporters maintained they were a necessary tool to restore democracy. Today, the future of U.S.-Venezuela relations hangs in a delicate and uncertain balance. While the official diplomatic channels remain frozen, quiet discussions have occurred, often driven by shifting global energy needs and a desire to address the ongoing migration crisis. The path forward is fraught with challenges, as deep-seated mistrust and conflicting political objectives continue to define the relationship. The story of these two nations is far from over. Whether it leads to renewed dialogue and a gradual normalization, or descends into further isolation and conflict, remains an open and critical question, with the fate of millions hanging in the balance. It is a stark reminder of how quickly alliances can fracture, and a testament to the enduring impact of geopolitics on human lives.